All right. Good evening, everyone. So we got something to talk about. We have Daunte Wright. Was fatally shot yesterday at Brooklyn Center, Minnesota, and which was ironic about this is that this happened 10 miles northeast of Minneapolis. Okay, and this is when around the George Floyd, Derek Chauvin trial. Okay, this is on the 11th day, and I'm gonna have a separate video about that. But I mean, protests was sparking around like 1:15 a.m. But I'm just gonna get into the initial story. So Daunte Wright's 20 years old. He was pulled over. Allegedly, they were saying that he had air fresheners hanging out the rearview mirror of his vehicle. But mainly, why the cops, law enforcement pulled him over is because he had an expiration on his vehicle. All right. And once they ran his place and all that stuff, they actually did some a lot of research on him and the background checks, and they found out that he had an outstanding warrant. Okay, and an outstanding warrant, it goes back in June of last year when he fled from a scene, from the Minneapolis police because he possessed a gun without a proper gun permit. Okay, and that was issued by the court. They found him, tracked him down, and that's when they start ordering him, giving him commands to get out the vehicle. And the video, I've seen the video. I'm not gonna post it on here just for out of respecting. Plus, it's very graphic when the young lady shot him. But going back and continuing, so Daunte Wright, they got him out the vehicle. According to the video, they got him out the vehicle. He was behind handcuffs and everything. I guess he was doing initial search, and he was gonna arrest him before the officer was able to lock it in around his wrist. He ended up escaping. Okay, so he resisted arrest. It's another thing you're not supposed to do. Resist arrest, got back into the vehicle, started the car, slowly started to drive off, right? Until the cop, around the side, she was like, "Oh, my taser, 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 taser." Now, what she messed up was that I don't know, because I was talking to my father, and my father was in law enforcement for 10 years. He said that the taser is supposed to be on your opposite side of your dominant. Your gun is supposed to be on your dominant side. So if you're right-handed, the taser is supposed to be on the left side. Vice versa. If you're left-handed, taser is supposed to be on the right side. She had her gun pointed at him. So people were saying, like I was on Max V's live chat, that she had tunnel vision. She was in a stressful situation, but this is why you train and for these particular situations here, so you won't mess up and make mistakes like this and go into the deadly force. So he pulled out a gun and she started taser like a few times, man, 3 times, and she discharged her gun at this individual. Because I don't know if it struck him in the heart or his arm or whatever. He drove off. He was able to drive for like a few blocks, and he hit multiple vehicles, and he died. Nobody else died. Nobody really got injured. There was no life-threatening situations, but he ended up dying. And then you got Tim Gannon, who was the police chief. You say, "Oh, this was an accidental discharge." Well, according to the body count footage, as I look at this and I examine this situation here, it was just being negligent of her equipment, and she should be charged for manslaughter. Don't get me wrong. Yes, what the individuals did, it was completely wrong. Daunte Wright was in the completely wrong. Everything he was doing put himself in this bad situation. But you have to put the responsibility on the cops here. That's supposed to serve and protect and know and have the education background when to use deadly force in this situation. So I started researching on police1.com, and they were saying, like, are you allowed to shoot a suspect when they flee? According to the Tennessee versus Garner case, if you don't remember, that happened in 1985. A little history about that young man. He was 15 years old. He ran away from the cops. He was trying to stall a fence, and he got shot in the back of the head. Well, this is after when he went to breaking and entering. He stole somebody's wallet and had $10. And they was like, well, okay, so it was a 6-3 Supreme Court rule that, we're not going to start really just shooting. We're not going to have law enforcement just shoot anyone who's just flee from a scene unless they're in imminent danger. Okay, if they pose as a threat, if they're going around shooting, or they were like an escape, they were a prisoner and they're escaping and they were known for killing people, okay, then they're a serial killer, then you do what you have to do. You have to shoot and kill them because they can be a threat to imminent society. I understand that. So you don't want the suspect just to get away. But I think in this particular situation, they should have called a K9 unit, or they could have called like for backup or anything like that. And they would have cornered him or try to chase him down and block him in and drug him out of the vehicle, arrest him, and keep it like that. Unless he was shooting at them already, then I'll say yes. That would be justified to shoot the young man. But in this case, it was a wrong situation, gray area, and this may have to go to trial because I look at this, right now. If I was the lawyer for the Daunte Wright, I'm like, yeah, I mean, yeah, he had a bad past, and it was unfortunate that he put himself in that situation. But you have to think about this too. The people that we pay tax money to that are supposed to serve and protect, why are they so quick to utilize deadly force in situations they don't need to? So it's unfortunate. Like I said, riots was going on, and we already in a high stake and emotional state right now because of the Derek Chauvin case, and it's up to the jurors' hands. But I'm just putting my 2 cents on this whole thing. I'm looking at it from a police perspective. If you notice, if you looked at the body count, I have it in the description box. If you look at the body count, the police officers was like, dang, like, and she stated like, dang, oh my God, I shot him, and she know that was not the right thing. She know that wasn't the right thing. Even my dad said, when you have a taser, right? You're not gonna say, you're not supposed to say taser, taser. You're gonna say, hey, if you keep running, I'm gonna tase you. If you keep resisting, I'm gonna tase you. This is your warning. You warn them, right, before you started utilizing that tool. And you gotta have some common sense too. That a taser is a lot more lighter than a Glock, but it's unfortunate. So I know the family, really want justice. They should. They deserve to get justice. Because I was gonna wait for a little bit longer just to do some more research on this. But it's sad just to hear another young black man getting killed, and just young people in general just getting killed under the hands of law enforcement. It's at this point, like, when's it going to stop? But it's really sad about just this whole situation. I don't know, man. I mean, back in, I think, 1970s, before then, it was actually allowed to shoot people. If they flee a scene, you can shoot them, but now you can't do that. Because of these stimulations here. But you guys tell me what you guys think. Tim Walz, who's the governor of Minnesota, he said his prayers and it's the prayers for the Wright family. I think the Biden administration were, of course, on a high alert about this. They were notified about this whole situation, so they're going to do everything they can to talk to the family and maybe get a settlement. But yeah, there gotta be some changes going on with the departments here, and I believe that they need to start really understanding the people and the culture here that's policing these communities. But you guys can like, comment, subscribe, share this video. That's my thoughts on it. Thank you for listening. Like, comment, subscribe, share this video. I'm out. Deuces.